Hey everyone, it's Melissa. I'm here to do a brand new application video for everybody. I've had a lot of requests for an update on my best application method. I've been with Jamberry for almost 2 years, so I consider myself kind of an expert on how to apply. First, I'm going to show you what you need for the perfect jam manicure. To start out, the first thing I'm going to show you is our mini heater. This thing is super important for a perfect application because our nail wraps require heat and pressure to activate the adhesive. It is quiet, it has a kickstand that kicks out. You can lay this flat on the table while you're doing your jams, and it's the perfect amount of heat and airflow that you need to apply your jams. Next up is our application kit. So this application kit is $12.50. It comes in this cute little bag that actually can house your mini heater. So this is a little zip pouch. This is kind of like a vinyl, so it's really heavy duty. And then when you open it, you will find everything in there like this. So you get a buffer, nail scissors, I think it's like a 180 grit nail file. This nail file is business. Cute little nail scissors that are essential. Purple cuticle pusher, which is a tool that I use for removal and for application, and then cuticle sticks, wooden cuticle sticks, and there's 2 of them in here. And also the nail prep wipe. So this is essentially alcohol. This is great though because it's a large sheet and it's enough to do both hands. And what this does is it preps your nails, it removes all of the oils, and it dries them out for application. So the third thing that I recommend for a perfect jam manicure is called our Deluxe Toolkit. This comes in a leather-like pouch that has a magnetic pop closure that houses all these amazing tools that are for a perfect jam manicure. You're going to want these. This is great for manicures and pedicures. My favorite tools in here is this metal spoon pusher that you're going to use for nail prep and application. This is vital. You can actually purchase this one separately for $10. The other items, we've got a glass nail file, which is great for fine filing. You have bigger nail clippers that are great for pedicures. You also have scissors that are heavier duty than what's in the regular application kit. And then you have cuticle nippers, which is my second favorite tool. And these are great for shaping and trimming perfect cuticles for a perfect application around the base of your nail wraps. So let's talk about nail prep. The 2 most important items that you're going to have is going to be that metal spoon pusher and our cuticle remover pen. Our cuticle remover pen is amazing. It is convenient. It's not messy. You get a brush pen that has all of the cuticle remover solution in there, and you will use that on your cuticles, let it sit for a minute. The pen clicks, so to get product out, you just turn it, and some product will come on the brush for you to brush onto your cuticles. Let that sit for about a minute. That will soften your cuticles enough to where you can go in with your spoon pusher, and you can use circular motions about 1/3 of the nail up and use circular motions to get all of the dead cuticle and skin off of your nail plate. So there's going to be hidden cuticle. You won't be able to see it, but it's there, trust me. And by using the cuticle remover, it's going to reveal all of that nasty stuff that's preventing you from having a good jam manicure. If you're getting snagging at the cuticle line of your nails when you run through your hair, that is because you have hidden cuticle and the adhesive has not been able to adhere to your nail properly, so you don't have a good seal. So nail prep is key to make sure that you have a good application. Like I said, circular motions around the base of the cuticle after using the cuticle remover, and then you're going to use alcohol to just wipe all that dust and debris off, and you'll go in with your cuticle nippers from your Deluxe Toolkit, and you'll get any of the white cuticle around your nail. You want to gently nip it off so you have a good base to apply your nail wrap to. So after I've prepped my cuticles, it is super important to not skip this next step. You want to make sure that you're using a nail prep wipe or an alcohol wipe or alcohol on a cotton ball to rub the nails and get any debris or dirt off from all of that prep you've been doing. And you also want to dry out the nail bed and make sure that your adhesive is going to stick to your nail. So it's really important to dry it out to clean it, and that is the last step before you apply your wraps. Okay, so I've gone ahead and I've taken off 1 nail for you guys, and these aren't exclusive, so that was really hard for me to do because I wanted to keep them on. But I removed my pinky nail. You can see that I have no damage on my nail. The first thing that you want to do when you're applying wraps is you want to size the wrap. This is the most important because if your wraps are too big, you're going to get bubbling on the edges and they're going to start lifting early. So we have a clear backing so you can wrap it around your nail and you can actually visualize if that nail wrap is going to hit your skin on the edges. And you want to make sure that doesn't happen. So I know that that's the size for me. The first thing I do is I go in and I just gently put my scissors through the wrap, and then I cut it in half like that. So it's cut in half. I use a cuticle stick to handle the wraps because I don't want to touch the adhesive with my skin because your skin has natural oils in it that could deactivate the adhesive. So I'm just going to slide my cuticle stick under the wrap, push it on the top, and then lift it off of the sheet. So now I've got it attached here. I like to do a cold application because I feel like it's easiest that if I were to make a mistake and not get it in the center of my nail, I could pick it up and move it to where it needed to go. If it was heated, the adhesive would be activated, it would be soft, and I might ruin the wrap. So I like to apply cold, and I just get right in the middle of the nail, as close to the cuticle as possible and as centered as possible. And I totally messed up because it is not centered and it's crooked. So I can take the part on the edge that I know that I'm going to file off anyways, and I can lift it up and put it in the middle. And it's hard to do this on camera. And I think, nope, I'm still crooked. This is the perfect method for those who are nervous that they're going to mess their nails up. You can pick this up and move it multiple times. Okay, I feel like that is centered now. So the thing that I do is I like to push on the cuticle just to make it attached to the nail. So if I have to tug on it, I'm not going to pull the nail wrap off. So you can see I've just pushed along the bottom here so that it's kind of like an anchor. That's what I like to call it. So you have to anchor your wrap. The next step is to heat your wrap. So I'm going to turn on my mini heater. And this mini heater is a really quiet little motor. I've turned it on. You can barely hear like a little hum. So to heat my wrap, I'm basically going to make sure this is warm. It just takes 2 seconds to get warm. And then I'm going to heat my nail wrap by placing it in front of the mini heater until I see the nail wrap start to waver in the wind. So it's starting to curl a little bit. Did you see that? So I know that it's ready. So I'm going to anchor the wrap at the base. I'm going to pull and stretch the tip so it wraps around the nail, and then I'm going to take my finger and go side to side. And this side to side motion, use a big, like I usually use my thumb to do that, but I was trying to let you see. And I use my thumb because it's got the most surface area. I want to make sure that as I'm going side to side that I'm wrapping the nail around and I don't give my wrap a chance to have any bubbles. I like to seal the tips of my nail wraps because I feel like sometimes when we're doing this, we don't get the tip of our nail, and my nails are kind of bendy and weak, so I don't get a really good pressure on there. So what I like to do is I like to take my metal spoon pusher, I told you this is super important, and I like to rest it against the heater while I'm doing my nails. When I'm doing my nails, I apply all 5 nails on one hand, and then I go ahead and I seal the tips on all of them, which I'm going to show you how to do, and then I file all of them. So I'm just going to heat this up for a few seconds, and then I would say that's pretty hot already. To seal my tip, I'm just going to lay it on the top of the nail and pull it away. So I'm pressing and pulling. I really just do 2 or 3 strokes per nail, and then that's it. So I've sealed my tip. So it's doing heat and pressure at the same time, and then I'm done with that. So after you seal your tip, you will take our Jamberry nail file, which is a high grit nail file, and I've let this tip cool a little bit because remember I'm doing 5 at one time, so that by the time I get back to this nail, it's going to be cooled. And the reason why you want to let it cool is because you don't want any retraction, because these are vinyl-like nail wraps, so when they cool, they'll tend to contract a little bit. So I've let it cool, and the way that I'm going to file is really important. I'm going to go in a downward motion, 90 degrees, and basically I'm going to do a few good strokes and get the nail wrap. It's going to crumble off the edge. That's done. And then I'm going to look at the nail wrap and I'm going to make sure that I have a good filing on the end. So I don't want, and you can see there was something hanging off the edge because I didn't go back in. So I go back in kind of at a 45-degree angle to make sure that there's nothing hanging over the edge of the wrap. And when you're doing this, you really want to look and make sure that you're not over filing. You don't want to see a ton of the edge of your nail, but I do like to see a thin edge of my real nail showing because I don't want anything to lift when I'm doing this, or if I'm doing this, I don't want anything to get caught. And I have a seal around all of my edges now. So I've sealed down here by removing my cuticle and making sure I have a good anchor when I'm applying, and then I seal the tips using my metal spoon pusher, and then filing in the right way so that I have nothing hanging off the edge. So that's it. That's how you apply a perfect Jamberry manicure. If you have any questions, please ask in my VIP group, or you can email me at melissaberg12@gmail.com. Thanks, everyone.